All right, so picture this, the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? But instead of nukes, it's all about solar panels and batteries and algorithms.
Well, yeah,
We're
yeah.
going dep on this new kind of Cold War that's brewing between the US and China.
Yeah,
It's a whole different battleground where tech and resources are the weapons.
that's right.
And the crazy thing is, this isn't some far off future stuff. This is impacting all of us right now, like right here, right now.
Absolutely.
Think about the cost of electric cars or just your energy bill.
Mhm.
This rivalry is shaping the world as we speak.
It really is a global power shift happening right in front of us.
Yeah.
For decades, energy dominance was all about controlling oil fields in the Middle East.
Right. Yeah.
But the game's changed completely.
Yeah.
Now it's about renewable energy tech and who controls the supply chains.
And from everything I've been reading, China seems to have a pretty big head start.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do since 2014. China's been investing over $1 trillion every year in clean energy.
$1 trillion.
Every year.
Well,
That kind of commitment has made them the dominant force in solar and wind power.
okay.
They manufacture a staggering 80% of the world's solar panels
80%.
and control half the global market for wind turbines.
So what does that actually mean for the average person? Does it just mean cheaper solar panels?
It's way bigger than that.
Yeah.
It means they have huge influence over the global transition to renewable energy, like how fast it happens and in what direction.
Okay.
It also has big implications for the automotive industry. Think of battery technology as the new oil.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever controls it controls the future of transportation and a big chunk of the global economy.
Right.
And right now, China controls 70% of global lithium-ion battery production.
So they could basically slow down the electric car revolution in the West if they wanted to.
That's the leverage they have. It's a strategic advantage that has the U.S. playing catch-up.
Uh-huh.
That's where the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act comes in.
Okay.
Part of that $370 billion package is specifically aimed at bringing energy industries back to the U.S., including battery production.
So it's a race to the finish line.
It is.
But there's another player in this energy game, right? Fusion power.
Yeah, you're right. Fusion could be the ultimate game changer. It's the holy grail of clean energy, basically unlimited carbon-free power.
Right.
And both the U.S. and China are making some serious progress.
Hold on, though. Fusion is still decades away, isn't it? I mean, last I checked, it was still science fiction.
Not quite. Last year, scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in the U.S. made a historic breakthrough.
Really?
They created a fusion reaction that actually produced more energy than it consumed.
Wow.
It's a monumental step, like breaking the sound barrier.
I see.
And China's not far behind. Their artificial sun reactor recently set a record-sustaining plasma at 120 million degrees Celsius.
That's hot.
That's 8 times hotter than the sun's core for over a minute. They're aiming for a commercial fusion power plant by 2035.
So both the U.S. and China are pouring resources into developing fusion power, which could potentially solve the world's energy problems. But in the meantime, they're also battling it out for dominance in the existing renewable energy technologies.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
So where does this leave Europe? I mean, they were heavily dependent on Russia for energy before, weren't they?
That's right. This race for energy dominance is playing out on a global stage. And one region finding itself caught in the middle is Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a precarious position, much like they were during the original Cold War.
Okay.
They're reliant on the U.S. for technology, but also dependent on China for resources, especially when it comes to things like solar panels and batteries.
So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
You could say that.
It sounds like a delicate balancing act.
It is, and that balancing act is only going to get more difficult as this technological competition heats up. Yeah, Europe's in a tough spot for sure. They need U.S. tech, but they're also reliant on China for all those resources and manufacturing.
That's history repeating itself, isn't
It
it?
kind of feels that way, right?
Caught between the superpowers, just like the original Cold War.
Exactly. But this time the lines are a bit blurrier, and that leads us right into the other major front in this new Cold War artificial intelligence.
Okay, AI. It seems like every day there's a new headline about some crazy AI breakthrough, but honestly, I'm still trying to understand why it's such a huge deal in this global power struggle.
Look, a huge deal because AI isn't just another technology. It's a force multiplier. It has the potential to totally reshape the global balance of power.
Okay, what does that even mean, force multiplier?
Imagine a tool that can make every other tool you have 10 times more effective. That's AI. It amplifies a country's capabilities across the board, their economy, their military, even their cultural influence.
So it's like a secret weapon that gives you an advantage in every aspect of global competition.
Exactly. And that's why this race for AI dominance is so intense. Whoever masters this technology first has a major advantage in shaping the future.
It seems like the U.S. is ahead in this AI race right now. Is that accurate?
The U.S. does have a strong position, especially with companies like OpenAI and Google DeepMind. They're making groundbreaking advancements, but China is investing heavily in AI research and development, and they're catching up fast. It's a very tight race.
I keep hearing about this new language model from OpenAI, GPT-5. They say it's a huge leap forward in AI capabilities. What's so special about it?
GPT-5 is a great example of how fast AI is evolving.
Yeah.
It's a large language model that can write like a human, translate languages, create different types of content, and answer your questions in a really informative way. Its capabilities are pretty amazing.
It's impressive, but also kind of scary. What if this technology gets into the wrong hands?
That's a major concern with AI, the potential for misuse. Imagine a powerful AI system being used to spread disinformation, manipulate people, or even control critical infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's a real worry.
So it's not just about who develops the most advanced AI, it's about how that technology is used and controlled.
Exactly. The ethical considerations surrounding AI are just as important as the technological advancements themselves.
Okay, so we've got these two major fronts in this new Cold War energy. And AI, they both seem incredibly important, but is there any connection between them?
There's a really strong connection. Actually, developing and running these powerful AI systems takes a ton of energy.
Hmm.
Those massive data centers with all those servers running 24/7 consume huge amounts of electricity.
So the more advanced AI gets, the more energy it needs.
Exactly. And that's where the race for clean energy dominance comes in. If a country wants to be a leader in AI, they need reliable and abundant clean energy to power their AI infrastructure. It's all connected.
So advancements in energy production, like those fusion breakthroughs we talked about, could actually speed up progress in AI development.
Precisely. And it
Yeah.
works both ways.
Hmm.
AI can also be used to optimize energy production and consumption, making renewable energy even more efficient and cost-effective.
It's a feedback loop, then each side boosting the other.
That's it. And that's one of the things that makes this new Cold War so complex and unpredictable.
I feel like we've only just started to explore this whole new Cold War thing. But it's clear that the stakes are really high. We're not just talking about some abstract geopolitical competition. This is about the future we're creating for ourselves and for future generations.
Absolutely. This is about the technologies that will shape how we live, how we work, how we solve global problems like climate change.
Well, to our listener, I hope this deep dive has helped you understand the forces shaping our world and the challenges and opportunities ahead. It's a complex and constantly changing landscape. But one thing's for sure, the future is not set in stone. It's up to all of us to shape it, so keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep engaging with the world around you until next time.
We don't want you. Leave America now.